Close Knit Family.
We are.
I am Sue.
I'm Michael.
And we are coming to you from Armstrong in the North Okanagan of British Columbia, Canada.
Mm-hmm. Canada, eh? I say things.
It's all good. It's all good. Thank you for joining us if this is your first time visiting with us, and thank you for coming back.
Mm-hmm.
If you've come to see us before. Yeah.
Return viewer, subscriber.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We appreciate you spending your time with us, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at my notes to see what else I forgot. We are a knitcast.
Knitcast, yeah.
Following Mike, a beginning knitter, as he
learns how to knit.
And he's. Can I just say, I know. Okay, I'm Mike's mom, in case you couldn't tell. And I know, yes, I'm a proud mama, but holy crap, he's doing really, really well. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks.
He's good fighting. And my ongoing struggles with my knitting and yarn addiction. Yeah, so welcome, thank you. You can find us on Instagram at a Close Knit Close Knit Family Knitcast. You are, what do you call it? Email.
Email is CNF.
Yeah, we know it's wrong.
We know. At gmail.com. We know.
Yeah. And our Ravelry group is Close Knit Family.
Close Knit Family, yeah.
On Ravelry, where we have some knit-alongs going on and some contests and stuff, and yay!
And some random giveaways, which we're gonna get to because we need to announce the winner for the first one.
Can I just say about the random giveaway? So we know that there were, quite a few people who watched last week, right? And only like four people entered the random giveaway. You guys, this is just like get free stuff for not really having to do anything. But we'll talk more about that later. It's like, why wouldn't you just enter? Holy crow. Anyway, okay, we love you though.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Enter these things, because you got nothing to lose, and we have stuff to give you. So anyway, all right. So this week we have the winner from our first random giveaway, which was last week, and we're gonna have some whips, some bows. We're gonna talk about Cowl, lifelines, stuff like that. Mike's gonna bring something to the table.
I got a fun one this week.
It is actually. That's very cool. And around the world events, because we love to look at events from around the world. And Sue's designs. What?
She designs stuff.
I didn't know I could do that, but apparently I can. Okay, but first, congratulations to Lee Fromling from last week, who won our subscriber draw. We had a celebration when we hit that
20 subscribers.
Yeah. Whoa.
And 2 weeks later, we're now at 29 subscribers.
You guys are great. We love you. But so Lee is, I just want to see what I told myself I wanted to say. Lee is from Wales, and what a sweetheart. And she has sent us 2 beautiful pictures of her knitting in Wales, which you're probably seeing as we speak about them right now. And Mike's first comment as soon as he saw them was,
"Oh my God."
That's not what he said.
That's not what I said?
Oh my God.
Oh.
He said,
jealous. Yeah. Those.
They go side.
At some point, I also said, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I think that was the second picture.
Yeah.
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 But
jealous. I am jealous of you, Lee.
And I totally forgot to show you last week that because I've been complaining about my nails a few times. For those of you who are new and don't know, I am a nail tech, so I do gel nail extensions and stuff. And these are the ones that I did for myself for last week. So it says, I have no idea what it says. Can you guys see that? All you knit is love.
No, other way. No.
Oh, and this one, that has a blotch on it from doing someone's nails today. But anyway, and then knit and stitch, and that's a little knitting thing. And then same thing on this one. Oh, upside down. No, right. I don't know what I'm doing. And then very similar on this hand. And that one, yeah, Knitaholic. Anyway, that was me combining my two passions. And so I thought I would share that. I meant to share it last week, and I didn't. If you were here, you know that. All right. So, whips.
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 So Mike's whip is actually the cowl, so
Yeah.
we'll save that for
Okay.
later.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Love you.
Love you too.
Okay, so, ooh, yeah, so whips. So I have my graphite tank.
I think this has been in every episode so far.
Well, no, because there was one where I didn't work on it, so
Oh.
I didn't bother talking about it.
Okay.
So I've got my armholes are doing quite well. I've stopped at the front part so I can do the neckline, but I was out at a cabaret night. We're sort of fairly heavily involved with theater and live performers in the Vernon area.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were at a live performance. Well, he wasn't. Myself and my husband were. And I was sitting there knitting. And then I needed an extra ball of yarn, and I didn't have an extra one. So then I just carried on knitting on the back. But yeah, so I'm actually really close. And I'm getting down to the short parts, but there's the whole thing. And looking forward to getting it off the needles so I can concentrate on some of the other things that I'm working on. And my other whip is part of the cowl, so we'll talk about that later. And my other whip is part of my design, so we'll talk about that later. And I took my other whips and I took them off the needles. They became either UFOs, unfinished objects, or possibly they're hibernating. I don't know.
Hibernating.
Well, they're put away and might come out and find the spring.
So
sometime.
even more UFO than UFO.
Well, no,
Or is-
UFO is like, I'm done. I'm never going back to it.
Oh, okay.
I might frog it.
Okay.
Hibernating is, I might go back to it.
Okay.
At any rate, they're sitting there, and if I come up with a better project to use their yarn for, they'll probably get frogged, and if I don't, then I might work on them again one day. Anything's possible. Okay, so, foes!
Foes!
You may have noticed there was something that wasn't in whips that's been in on the Yay! I finished my socks!
Yay!
The ongoing saga of the socks. So these are my broken seed stitch socks. Got them finished. And this is, I gave up, and so they have a really long toe because I just really need. And oh my gosh, feel those. They are so soft. These are made with Color Adventures yarn. I don't know what the yarn content was, but okay. But oh my gosh, they are so soft. And these ones here, I'm taking this one straight off my foot. These are some other ones I made with Color Adventures yarn.
I ain't rubbing that on my face.
No, you don't have to. Look, it's all covered in cat hair. I have been, even though it's summertime and it's been like really hot, my feet are always cold. Which is not normal for me. So anyway, yes, these were also some socks I made from Color Adventures yarn. But these ones, I actually used the Helix method. Oh.
Pick 'em out.
Okay, I used the Helix method. for these, which is where you, like, there's no, there's three different color stripes, but it's continuous. So I wasn't having to sew in a whole bunch of ends as I went by using the helix method. And yeah, I can talk more about that sometime if somebody wants me to, but otherwise, yeah, that's what those are. So that's going to go back on my foot. So that's kind of two foes in one. But anyway, yes, so I finally got my socks off the needles.
Yay!
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 So,
and my faux for this week is actually my faux for a couple weeks ago. It's the Sean's double knit hat, which I did as part of a cowl from Knit a Bit of Whimsy. And just this week, I got prizes from it. I got a code for a free pattern download from Knit a Bit of Whimsy. I'm gonna hold on to that for a little bit and just I'm just gonna hold on to it for a little bit. But what I was really excited to get was a free pattern from Red. Oh no, I did not do my research before this.
He does know who it's from.
I do know who it's from.
It's just left his brain at the moment.
If you'll just give.
Sorry, I just have to look at this. Okay.
But it was a free pattern, and the pattern is a dice bag, which is good for me as a tabletop role-playing game player. I will have a bag to carry around all my dice. Red and the Wolf Designs. I got their dice bag pattern as a free pattern, and that was cool. And presumably you'll be seeing that in a whip pretty soon here. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's just an update on that, and
maybe pretty soon you'll start
those socks
or that Forest Park cowl.
No. Ranger cowl.
That was one I was doing a long time ago. The Ranger cowl.
Yeah.
The Ranger cowl. That started all of this craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so the cowl.
The cowl. Cowl Lake. Cowl.
That's right. The cowl along.
Cowl along.
The cowl along.
So I posted on our Ravelry group a little while ago a photo of my progress, and you will see here that I am nowhere near as far along as I was in that photo because I was making mistakes all over the place and needed to pull back to my last safety line.
Speaking of lifelines.
Lifelines, yes.
I told Mike, he started doing the eyelet section. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, you're going to want to put in a lifeline.
Yeah.
And he'd put in a lifeline earlier and
put in a lifeline down there, in fact. That green.
Oh, is it still there?
Yeah,
there it is.
That green stripe is a lifeline.
Okay. And he'd put it in, and I sort of suggested it at a really bad time and stuff, and it was kind of awkward to knit with. So I don't think he was too anxious to try it again. And then but he did. Mm-hmm. And today he was really thankful.
Yeah. So, when I think the photo I posted in our Ravelry group, I think I was like 2 or 3 eyelets beyond this point where I just have one eyelet. But what was happening was
we haven't said what this is a cowl for.
It's a tilted cowl. Tilted cowl by Jenny F.
Yeah.
Jenny F.
Of Sweater Freaks. And this is actually a finished one. It's one I made last year. This is sort of the sideways view of it. And I just love this pattern. It's Anyway, so tilted cowl.
So the eyelet section in the middle here is where I'm currently at, and what was happening was I guess I wasn't counting stitches properly at the start of the round, so my eyelets were misaligned for half of the pattern.
So one half they were all lined up nicely like that. This is mine. Mm-hmm. They were all lined up nicely like this, and then on the other half they were like they were
they're
like
almost
straight up and
yeah,
down,
almost straight up and down
above each other, and
yeah.
it was weird because it was the first half
Yeah.
that was wrong.
Yeah. And the last half
second
was
half
okay.
was right, and so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I don't know what was happening there because like I would always hit this center marker fine. I would hit it at the time that I was supposed to hit it, and that happened. So I've been set back a little bit.
So lifelines.
Lifelines.
If you don't know what a lifeline is when you take a scrap piece of yarn. So there's Mike's scrap piece of yarn, and I think
it's currently on the needle.
Yeah, oh, that's actually really good. I don't know if you can see. So here, let me just try to. There's his lifeline, and it's run through. So he's taken well, actually, he didn't have to do it this time because it was already there. But he's taken a darning needle and just run over when it's on the cord here, and he's run the darning needle through all of the stitches that are on there, not the stitch markers, and then it just sits there.
Yep.
And if you do have to tear back, when you tear back, it's holding all of your live stitches, and then all you have to do is take your needle through and pick them up again. But you don't end up with that, oh, and I dropped that one 3 more rows, and that one went, and they're crooked and they're backwards and around. Lifelines are a great thing, and if you're sort of not good at catching your mistakes, I guess, or you're new to doing pattern knitting and certainly lace knitting, eyelet knitting, lifelines are a lifesaver. Yeah. So there's our little bit of learning for today. And this, honestly, we're going to put another picture here, I think, of another tilted cowl I made. That's assuming I can find the picture, but I think it's accessible. Because you put any combination. This is the first. Okay, so here's mine. The one I'm working on right now. And this is the first time I've done this with solid colored yarns and not with something with like a variation in it. And like I love this, and I love the way it shows off the variations. But I've never done one with all solid colors, and I'm loving the way this is coming out too. It's pretty cool. I am now, though, I'm working on my favorite second section. Jenny, this is my favorite section. And it's this section here is what I'm working on right now. And I love it because, okay, I think it looks awesome. Like, I love the way that the one color just sort of stands out there. But knitting it, it's like, I was trying to explain to my husband today, every row is just a little bit different, but at the same time, like really straightforward. So you knit it quickly, and you're like, okay, now I've done this row, then the next one. Anyway, it just, this section just flies, and I think it looks amazing, and it's my favorite section. That's all I was going to say about that. So that's my current progress.
I'm really liking that. It's nice. It's a nice fall colors.
I think it's great. Yeah. So if you'd like to join us in our tilted cowl,
there's still time.
There's still time. There's 3 weeks. We're going until June
25th.
Ish. 25th or 26th. I went to look and write it down on my notes, and I forgot.
25th.
25th.
It's a Monday.
Is it?
It's a Monday.
Oh, it is?
Yes, because that's the day our episodes go up.
Okay, but then how can we pick a winner?
Or
whatever. It's all good. You still got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Just him and I.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah.
And it really is not, it's not that, you've got lots of time still. Even a beginner knitter still has lots of time.
I would rate this at a high easy.
This is coming from Mr. This is my third project. So there you go. This is the third thing. If you haven't been following his progress so far, this is Mike's third official pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And besides a little hiccup there, but he noticed it.
Yep.
And you know what? Even if he hadn't noticed it, it still would have been a great thing.
Yeah.
So join us on Ravelry. Pick your 3 yarns, fingering weight, about 50 grams, and get the pattern from Jenny Feifel. Sorry, Jenny. And the Tilted Cowl. Good fun. We're having fun. We got prizes. Woo! Okay. So, Mike, what do you bring to the table? It's fun. I'm kind of excited about this.
I was perusing one of my board game. As you know, I generally bring board games, so I was perusing one of my board game review night websites in the middle of the week, and they sort of have their weekly news roundup, and one phrase jumped out as I was sort of skimming through it, and it was KRPG. RPG is a role-playing game. Dungeons & Dragons is the most well-known role-playing game. The K stands for knitting.
A knitting role-playing game.
I thought I would have her name memorized by now.
I think he's having a little stage fright and forgetting his lines tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh, that definitely.
He doesn't get stage fright.
Anyway, it is called Yarn Quest. Tanya Richter. It is designed by Tanya Richter on Ravelry. And yeah, basically, it's essentially a mystery knit-along. But what you do at the start of the mystery knit-along is you create a character to represent yourself. And then in each of your clues, there will be if your character does this, do these stitches. If your character does that, do those stitches. And what you end up with is a garment that documents your adventure. It's a lot of color work. It is recommended for intermediate knitters. And it looks so much fun. And the last one ended in March. I wasn't able to find any information on when the next one is. I tried to get in contact with Tanya about when she's starting up her next one, and hopefully she'll get back to me before next week.
Yay! Anyway, I think it sounds like fun because everybody ends up with something very similar, but different.
Yeah, and I'll put a link in the description to Yarn Quest.
So it's like the perfect combination for like gamer geek and knitting geek, and so much fun. So much fun. Mike's, I hate even admitting this out loud, but Mike's got me hooked on watching a bunch of people play Dungeons and Dragons. Which is just like, seriously?
To be fair, there are a bunch of semi-famous people.
I was gonna say, they are all at least voice actors, if not actors, and so when they are playing their game and when they're getting into character and stuff, like it's fun because they
and the show we're watching is called Critical Role. Critical Role, and it can be found on the YouTube channel Geek and Sundry, and new episodes every week. It's just great to throw up and have in the background while you're knitting.
You want to throw up and knit
on the TV.
Sorry. Yes, I just snorted. I do that a lot when I laugh. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's a good time because it's sort of like watching an adventure unfold, and it's.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
And it's like, what's going to happen next?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
There I am, just admitting that out loud because that's what we've got. Okay. So, events from around the world. I kind of had to struggle to find some good events this time. There were quite a few, and from Germany, or I think they were from Germany. I don't read German, and that was part of the problem is I'm not 100% sure what they say, so I don't know what I could really like make a mess of the language, and that would just be embarrassing for everybody. So these ones are kind of mostly fairly close to home, sort of, so to speak. The first one though is like, well, thousands of miles away, but Saturday, June 9th, in Kawartha, in Fenelon, Falls, Ontario, it's the Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival at Fenelon Falls Secondary School. That's Saturday, June 9th. That would be next week.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, that's next week. And of course, Saturday, June 9th is the Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for all of us. Get out there and knit in public. Yeah. That's the day you're allowed to do that.
It's the only day you're allowed to do that.
We're kidding, of course.
Yeah.
Do whenever you want. And then on the 15th and 16th of June is Yarn Okanagan in Kelowna at the Best Western Inn and Suites. So for people who are local here in the North Okanagan in the Okanagan Shoe Swap, and probably even, well, I don't know if they'd want to come over from a couple valleys over, but
Thompson
anyway,
region?
no, Thompson Shoe Swap, yeah. Anyway, it's our first that I know of, and please, if there's another one out there, let me know, because I don't want to, say anything wrong. But yeah, this our yarn event, and like I would love to see it be a big success, so that we can have something like this closer to home, more often. That would be a good thing. And then the last one I had just is on Salt Spring Island, which is in the Gulf Islands, which is off the coast of British Columbia, between, actually it's kind of between the U.S. and Vancouver Island, and anyway, Salt Spring Island Fiber Fair.
Ooh.
On July 21st.
Ooh.
On Salt Spring Island. Salt Spring's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's at the Salt Spring Islands Farmers Institute. All right. Good.
There you go.
So, now we're going to talk about Sue's Designs.
Sue's Designs!
Who knew? So, I showed you last week a little bit of that, and so I'll show you again
She's
this
been sitting
week.
here knitting for the past 5 minutes.
a little bit more. So here we go. This is the beginning of
Oh wow.
my yeah, you can't see it. Anyway, the beginning of my sweater design. And I'm not happy myself with the yarn that I chose right now, because I really didn't want this, like, it's striped.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't after stripes. But that's okay. This is, my, I guess you could say, prototype. It's the first one, so just from a point of view of getting her made, stripes are fine. But anyway, so there you go. That's your peek at Sue's Designs. Jazz-an! All right. I think it's time to do our winner.
Ooh, our random giveaway winner number 1.
That only like 4 people entered, really. So we asked you, What is the smallest size needle that you are currently working on any of your whips?
And we told you to enter even if you think you're out of the running.
Because
Well,
enter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so we knew we were going to choose, and Vicky, yes, you're right.
You were right, Vicky.
I already told you were right. We wanted to see what the largest
Of the
smallest needle was.
The largest of the smallest.
So congratulations, Lori B11.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the Lori B that I think you are? Anyway, you won. You were knitting. I didn't write down the
3.5 millimeter.
3.5? 3.25?
3.5 millimeter, and I will back myself up on that one.
He's going to double check
I am
that.
going to double check
I think it was 3.25.
I think it was 3.5.
Anyway, you are the wiener. So, Lori, please get in touch with us. I'm going to notice it most quickly if you email me at CNF Podcast.
3.25. You were correct.
I knew it. At CNF Podcast
At gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know if you're who I think you are. And if you're not who I think you are, and you would know if you're not who I think you are.
It's going to be so weird if it's not her.
If you're not who I think you are, let me know how I can get this to you. What I'm trying to say is I need your address.
We need to know how to get this to you.
Okay, and we don't have another giveaway planned
No.
for this week because we thought we'd take a break.
Yep.
Because you just never know when we're going to do a random giveaway.
So keep watching.
Yeah.
You don't know when the next one's going to be.
So the Cowl, of course, is ongoing.
Ongoing, yep.
Get in there. I've been really, really happy with. I loved. There was that one. I'm going to join Mike.
Yeah.
I'm going to join
That was-
Mike in
I was
his
like,
Cowl.
oh.
That as mom, that really got my heart.
As Mike, that really went, oh.
Because it is. It's his cowl. It's his first tilted cowl, and that's awesome. And there've been lots of people who have joined us in the last week, and that is so much fun. It makes it so much more fun when there's more people getting on board. So I guess that's really it for this week.
It.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like us, because that just makes us. Well, no, actually, that gets our video out so more people can see it.
So sharing does that also.
Share it.
Sharing does that a little more directly. But
Yeah. And
subscribe.
That makes us feel good.
That makes us feel. Yeah. You could be subscriber number 30. I don't. We'll talk if we're. I don't think we're doing a 30.
No, we're not doing.
Not doing a 30.
No.
100.
No. But you know what we should do?
Hmm?
We should pick a. No, because that's not fair to people who already subscribed. I was going to say a random number.
No, that's not fair to people.
No, it's not fair to people who already subscribed. So never mind. We're not going to do that.
No.
But no, maybe 50. So 50? Get your friends to subscribe.
Definitely 100.
Yeah.
Definitely 100.
But get your friends to subscribe because then we'll do another subscriber celebration.
Oh yeah.
And we'll give away more yarn.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I need to stop now.
You really do. He played Riff Raff once in Rocky Horror and he did this voice.
Hence the shirt.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's wearing the Rocky
I see you
Horror
shiver
shirt.
with Antissa.
And on the back it says patient.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd only understand that if you knew Rocky Horror. Okay, so I guess that's it.
I guess that's it.
Thanks again for joining us. Thanks for coming back and seeing us.
Thank you.
And
keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.